Hello everyone and welcome back to Dungeons & Death Battles, the series where we search for the most lethal monster in all of Dungeons & Dragons. Rules are simple, it's arena combat, combatants start 30 feet from each other, there's no fleeing, and it's a battle to the death. We have yet another excellent card for you today with the animated armor taking on the Dryad in this battle of Construct versus Fae. So without further ado, let's kick things off and roll in for some initiative. We're going to be going in with the animated armor first, which is just a flat roll, no modifier. And that is a 9. Not a bad start at all, but let's see what the Dryad can come through with. Getting a +1 to this roll. And that is a 7 + 1 for 8, which means the animated armor just about squeezes through in that initiative roll. So to kick things off, the animated armor is going to move its full movement speed of 25 feet towards the Dryad, just making it to within 5 feet of its competitor. And with that, it's going to roll in with the first attacks of the round, getting in there with 2 slam attacks, courtesy of its multi-attack. So rolling in with the first one, we're looking to beat an 11. And that is a 10 + 4 for 14, so that certainly does cleave through the Dryad's natural armor. And let's roll in some damage on that one with 1d6 + 2 bludgeoning, and that is maximum damage there straight out of the gate with 1d6 + 2 making 8. And that is only the first attack, with the second coming in hot, and that is a 19 + 4 for 23, a surefire slam if I ever did see one, and of course rolling that damage back in once again. And that is the complete opposite end of the scale, with a 1 + 2 making 3, meaning that the Dryad has been dropped to just 11 hit points during this first round in combat. An absolutely cracking first round for the animated armor. But the Dryad, of course, is very much still standing and is not going to be taking this lying down. And the wrought warrior is going to use its action to cast bark skin on itself, raising its armor up to 16. And it is going to follow this up by using a bonus action to cast Shillelagh, which it can do due to it being a cantrip and not a leveled spell. So the Dryad is now slightly more primed for combat. All it has to do is hang on, hopefully going to be assisted with this new 16 AC. But the animated armor is not going to relent, and it's going to come back through with its multi-attack, again making 2 slam attacks against the Dryad. So let's roll in and see what we get, this time looking to beat 16. And that is a 3 + 4 for 7, which of course is not going to cut it, but it does get to try once again, and it rolls in this time with an 11 + 4 for 15. That bark skin casting really paying off for the Dryad this round. And that of course means we do in fact roll over to the first combat round that the Dryad is going to get, and it is going to look to make this count, rolling in with its club attack, of course under the effects of Shillelagh. So this is going to benefit from a +6, and that is a 6 + 6 for 12, which is not going to beat the massive armor class of 18 held by the animated armor. And unfortunately for the Dryad, it is not going to be able to make any extra moves this turn. And so that means we are rolling back round again to the animated armor, which is of course going to swing in once more, getting its first hit in there with an 18 + 4 for 22, which is certainly going to hit its mark. So rolling in with some damage. That is a 4 + 2 for 6, which drops the Dryad down to just 5 hit points. And once again, rolling in with its second attack. Once again, an 18 + 4 for 22. It is not looking good for the Woad Warrior. And we've got a 2 + 2 for 4, which does drop the Dryad down to just a single hit point. So let's see if the Dryad can hold on long enough to get a hit in on this animated armor. And unfortunately, due to the dire circumstances, the Dryad was previously planning to try and escape, feint back, and then take it from there. But it's not looking like the situation is going to allow for that. And as such, the Dryad is going to continue on making a club attack against the animated armor. And that is a natural 1, completely the opposite of what the Dryad wanted here. And that is, of course, not going to land, which does pull initiative back round to the animated armor, which is once again going to swing in with that slam attack. First one rolling in, it is really liking those 18s. Of course, that +4 bringing that back to 22, and the bonus damage alone is going to be enough to take the Dryad out, but let's see what the roll is anyway. And that is a 2 + 2 for 4, which is going to bring the Dryad down to 0 hit points, taking it out of the competition. That does mean that the animated armor is going to advance through to the next round, its soulless eyes staring down on that prize of first place. As always, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this battle, which saw the metallic animated armor take on the forest-dwelling Dryad. And be sure to stick around next time when the writhing Jakuli takes on the world-renowned Rust Monster.